13 years ago this week Alex Hleb was part of the Arsenal team which famously beat Real Madrid in the Bernabeu. Now he was back at the Emirates as a burger-fueled sub for BATE Borisov as his former team edged their way into the last 16 of the Europa League. Arsenal booked their place in the Europa League last 16 with a 3-1 aggregate win over BATE. Arsenal took the lead in the 4th minute thanks to a BATE own goal. Quite how the Gunners had contrived to lose last week's first leg against these Belarusian champions remains a mystery. But fears that this was going to be a new European low for Arsenal thankfully proved unfounded. Playing on a decent pitch rather than a ploughed field certainly made a difference for Unai Emery's team. But so did the return of Mesut Ozil, back in the starting lineup to pull the strings against opponents who couldn't get close to him all night. Shkodran Mustafi put Arsenal out in front 5 minutes before the break. Sokratis came off the bench to fire home Arsenal's third goal of the night. The entire BATE squad had cost £200,000 to assemble. Ozil earns that in just 4 days and probably could have spared Emery a whole lot of heartache by buying them all in last month's transfer window. Instead, he finally shrugged off the sniffles which have seriously restricted his playing time since the start of the year. It helped that the visitors were so in awe of Arsenal's £350,000 a week superstar that they rarely put a tackle in on him and never forced him to chase back. And that allowed him to go through his full repertoire of tricks and flicks to show the fans just what they have been missing. Whether he has done enough to convince his skeptical manager that he deserves an extended run in his team remains to be seen. But at least he has put himself back in contention, and that is a start. Any concerns that this was going to be a test of Emirates' nerves were dispelled after just 4 minutes when Zakir Volkov turned Stefan Lichtsteiner's cross into his own net. The hapless BATE centre-half had already scared the life out of his teammates with a wild hack at Ozil's attempted assist, but this time his finish was unerring. Yet the early breakthrough still wasn't enough for Emery, who was like a cat on hot bricks as he barked non-stop instructions from the sidelines. The Spaniard knows from bitter experience that his team are capable of switching off at any moment. Mesut Ozil impressed as he was given a start in the number 10 position. Henrik Mkhitaryan was a danger on the right wing, and so it proved in the 9th minute when BATE were denied a precious away goal by Lichtsteiner's goal-line clearance from Stanislav Dragan. It was a let-off which Arsenal had to capitalise on, but it wasn't until the 39th minute that they took the aggregate lead when Shkodran Mustafi applied a thunderous header to Granit Xhaka's corner. Emery's manic celebration was confirmation of just how much that one meant to him. Now it was simply a matter of how far Arsenal could stretch their lead as they laid siege to the Belarusian champions and pinned them inside their own half. Ozil, Xhaka, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Henrik Mkhitaryan and Alex Hleb all threatened to add their names to the score sheet as the shackles finally came off. But it was Sokratis who finally made sure of Arsenal's presence in today's draw when he headed in from another Xhaka corner. Matteo Guendouzi put in another commanding central midfield performance. Unai Emery is sure to be delighted to have progressed in the Europa League. The big Greek defender had only just come on his 56th-minute replacement for skipper Laurent Koscielny, who departed clutching his left calf and looking none too comfortable. That meant Ozil taking over the armband, his rehabilitation complete as Arsenal cruised home in front of a much bigger crowd than expected. Emery had feared that the early kickoff would affect the big atmosphere he had demanded from the supporters. But in the end his team didn't need their help, and now they can focus on the tougher tests to come in this competition. It wasn't a performance which will